If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I know often on this channel we all say you can't make it up, but wait till you get a load of what I'm about to show you. The trailer for a new film, and you're not going to believe what the plot is. Now, they're calling this movie an exploitation of what's going on in the current world. Well, I'm calling it predictive programming. The fact that this film even was made while everyone was supposed to be on lockdown and filming ceased across America for all these TV shows. Very, very strange that within a period of March, until now that a film was written, directed, actors cast, the whole thing made, and already being released is pretty hilarious. Because normally in Hollywood, now I get it, you and me could make a movie probably in 5 days if we wanted to, but in Hollywood, the production time, the editing time can take over a year minimum. But no, not when it comes to this. So they probably actually started filming this last summer. Let's be realistic. But they're saying they filmed it after everything that started to go down in February and March. Well, this is predictive programming at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. I give you the trailer for a film by Michael Bay called Songbird. It might ring a bell.
Curfew is now in effect. All unauthorized citizens must stay indoors.
Tensions rise as we enter the 213th week of lockdown.
A grim new reality emerges.
COVID-23 has mutated.
Beginning thermal scan.
Finding new development
New
today.
data confirms the virus attacks the brain tissue.
Hey, whoa, I'm immune! I'm immune!
Worldwide death toll rises to over 110 million.
All infected Americans are being forced into quarantine camps.
Department of Sanitation.
Sarah, talk to me.
I think my neighbor has a fever.
It'll be so much easier if you just open the door.
Beginning thermal scan. 3, 2, 1. Armed guards will be arriving in 4 to 6 hours. You must not attempt to leave your home, or you will be shot on sight.
Sometimes we have to do things we don't want to survive.
Gonna be alright. And remember, stay safe, sane, and sanitize.
That's right. COVID C23. The world 4 years from now, under martial law, under lockdown. And for those of you out there that think that things are going to change and get better, they're not. It's done. It is finito. I hear people all the time who think, well, we're not going to be wearing a mask a year from now. I've said it over and over. They have done it to everyone. They have conditioned everyone. It is normal for people to grab their mask just as much as it's normal for them to grab their cell phone and their wallet and their keys when they head out the front door. This is now a new normal way of life. Imprisonment in your home where they don't need you in a cell, where you're under surveillance in a police state, quote unquote, or you might as well just call it what it is, martial law, and you get Songbird, right? Very interesting. Now, the mutated strand is called C23, which wreaks havoc on a world in the movie Songbird, produced by Michael Bay. The trailer for the pandemic thriller showed a world trapped in lockdown for 4 years, reaching 8.4 million deaths in a single year. The movie, it's hard not to laugh at this stuff. The movie takes place in 2024, and the two main stars play a couple separated by the pandemic, living under martial law. One of the characters, Appa, claims to be immune from the virus, which may help him. Oh, sorry, that's the actor's name. KJ Appa claims to be immune from the virus, which may help him as he searches for his girlfriend, who is forced to evacuate her apartment after her neighbor contracts the virus. Is this what we can expect next? Right? Smashing down your doors. You saw the trailer, right? This testing that has to be done all the time, right? They find out you have it. We'll be there in 4 to 6 hours, throwing you down the stairs, throwing you into a FEMA camp, aka a concentration camp. And people are okay with this stuff. The thing that baffles my mind is the fact that we hear of people who are sick, right? We've heard Donald Trump, and of course it's always celebrities and athletes, right? We hear that they're sick and they're like, yeah, I'm perfectly fine. Oh, you are? Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. Okay, so you're not sick then, right? No, I have it, but I'm fine. I feel fine. I'm back to work, right? Trump was out in 3 days, back to work. You're just like looking at it, you go, okay, so how are you sick? It's like saying you're throwing up when you're perfectly fine, right? Or saying you have strep throat when you're perfectly fine and you feel perfectly fine. But they go, well, because you're a carrier, you're a threat to everyone else, so don't be selfish. And remember, we live in a world now where everything is about what? Everybody is just expressing themselves, their own publicist. They're on social media, right? Trying to be their own philanthropist. It's unbelievable. So they're talking about the film here. They say it's a dystopian, scary world, but it's a romantic movie about two people who want to be together, but they can't. Huh? And they say it's Romeo and Juliet, but they're separated by her front door and by the virus. Yeah, Romeo and Juliet? Well, I don't think there's a happy ending in Romeo and Juliet, so maybe it is like Romeo and Juliet, right? How romantic, folks. You're trapped by your door and a virus, but it's about love and romance. Now, this is about predictive programming. The underlying theme is what the world is going to become. They even mentioned in the trailer how the virus attacks the brain, right? That'll probably be what happens when the vax comes. But I'm sure in the film there's talks about the vax and the people who are immune. You saw the one guy walking the streets. They pulled a gun on him. He says, I'm immune, right? So on shooting the film about a pandemic, during the pandemic, the director said the limitations set by the C-19 guidelines reminded him of prior sets he had worked on. I normally do the lighting and the camera work, he says himself. Blah, 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 nobody cares. They said they wrote the script alongside fellow cast members as well as with Michael Bay. And they apparently, this is according to now the Wikipedia, they wrote the film, did all this stuff in May 2020, casted the film in June 2020, and then I guess filmed in July and August. It's a really fast turnaround. I've never heard of a film in Hollywood turning around so fast. Probably because they probably filmed this last year or the year before. Let's be realistic, right? Let's be real, because that's how predictive programming works. That's how these people work. So what you get with a movie like this is more normalizing of what's currently going on and showing people what's to come, right? Preparing people for the fact that this isn't going to end anytime soon. Showing you a world 4 years from now, completely under martial law. Streets are completely abandoned and empty. Military everywhere. People smashing down your door. You're testing constantly, right? Taking the test constantly. And the results are going right to the government. And find out you have it. They're smashing down your door and throwing you in a FEMA camp, never to be seen again. Doesn't that sound like a good old time? Could you even believe they have the nerve to make a film like this? I guess we can believe it, right? Because this is how Satanists and witches and the occult work. This is what they do. It's sigil magic. In order to enhance the power of their craft, they show you this stuff beforehand. Now, I've always believed that the reason that they do this is that there's some type of universal law where they need to show you this stuff, where everything needs to be out in the open, right? But because of mind control and because of the way that they do it with deflection and these little games that they play, or even having things like movies, they deceive people. They program people. This right here is the biggest pile of garbage I think I've ever seen in a trailer in my life for a film. And I've seen many piles of garbage. I've seen many piles of dung, aka crap. And this is right up there at the top. So C-23, 4 years from now, 8 million deaths per year. Deaths will come, of course. Real deaths will actually start occurring the second people start putting Pfizer's saving grace vax in them, or Johnson & Johnson's, or whoever else's. And they're going to continue to show people this, but don't get prepared for this stuff to end, because it's not. They're even telling you it's not going to end. Fauci's even come out and said it's not ending and can't see it ending until at least 2022. So prepare for a world that's going to continue to get worse and worse. They're already showing you it. They're telling us now we're into phase 2, and then phase 3 begins in January or February when the first round of vaxes are out. I've been covering on my website, showing people how sick all this is. They're using children to be the test dummies. Tweens and teens, 10-year-olds are willingly being test dummies to take this vax, and they're being lauded as heroes. And they're like, I'm doing it because it's going to save my generation, and I'll be the test dummy and people are applauding it. It's sick, it's despicable, and that's the world that we live in. And again, that's stuff I'm talking about on my website. It's very hard to discuss this stuff over here on YouTube. They have even put in their own specific guidelines that don't allow you to question the WHO or talk about the WHO. And again, no, I'm not talking about the band. I'm talking about you-know-who. I want to thank everyone out there for listening to today's show. A reminder, check out the website at callforuprising.com. Feel free to leave a comment under the Songbird trailer to let them know what you think. Some interesting comments under there. Maybe seeing stuff like this will actually wake people up to show them exactly what, or to show, people who are asleep exactly what these people are doing and how they plan this stuff out. Because this is easy to see predictive programming right here. So again, check out the website if you haven't. A reminder to sub to my other channels. I have a new channel that I'm going to be uploading on, as well as my other main channel. So take the time to pause it, or after the video's over, to click on the links, click subscribe. I think you still click the bell for notifications. And again, if you haven't clicked the bell on this channel for notifications, make sure you do so. A lot of people tell me that they don't get notifications of when I upload, so make sure you do that. I want to thank everyone out there again for the constant support. Can't make it up, folks. Can't make it up. A movie about the C-23. 4 years from now, martial law, the spreading self-testing, and getting thrown into FEMA camps. Stuff we've all been talking about for years, but they all called us crazy, right? Well, don't look too crazy anymore. I thank you guys again. God bless all of you and your families.